Jack London, Brown Wolf, Part 6. That's a new one on me, Skiff Miller remarked. Walt and Madge stared at each other. The miracle had happened. Wolf had barked. It's the first time he ever barked, Madge said. First time I ever heard him too, Miller volunteered. Madge smiled at him. The man was evidently a humorist. Of course, she said, since you have only seen him for 5 minutes. Skiff Miller looked at her sharply, seeking in her face the guilt her words had led him to suspect. I thought you understood, he said slowly. I thought you'd tumbled to it from his making up to me. He's my dog. His name ain't Wolf, it's Brown. Oh, Walt, was Madge's instinctive cry to her husband. Walt was on the defensive at once. How do you know? He's your dog, he demanded. Because he is, was the reply. Mere assertion, Walt said sharply. In his slow and pondering way, Skiff Miller looked at him, then asked with a nod of his head toward Madge. How do you know she is your wife? You just say because she is, and I'll say it's mere assertion. The dog's mine. I bred 'em and raised 'em, and I guess I ought to know. Look here. I'll prove it to you. Skiff Miller turned to the dog. Brown! His voice rang out sharply, and at the sound of the dog's ears flattened down as to a caress. Gee! The dog made a sweeping turn to the right. Now march on! And the dog ceased his swing abruptly and started straight ahead, halting obediently at command. I can do it with whistles, Skiff Miller said proudly. He was my lead dog. But you are not going to take him away with you? Madge asked tremulously. The man nodded. Back into that awful Klondike world of suffering? He nodded and added, Oh, it ain't so bad as all that. Look at me. Pretty healthy specimen, ain't I? But the dogs, the terrible hardship, the heartbreaking toil, the starvation, the frost. Oh, I've read about it, I know. I nearly ate him once. Over on Little Fish River, Miller volunteered grimly. If I hadn't got a moose that day, was all that saved time. I'd have died first, Madge cried. Things is different down here, Miller explained. You don't have to eat dogs. You think different just about the time you're all in. You've never been all in, so you don't know anything about it. That's the very point, she argued warmly. Dogs are not eaten in California. Why not leave him here? He's happy. He'll never want for food, you know that. He'll never suffer from cold and hardship. Here all is softness and gentleness. Neither the human nor nature is savage. He will never know a whiplash again. And as for the weather, why, it never snows here, but it's all fired hot in summer. Begin your pardon, Skiff Miller laughed, but you do not answer. Madge continued passionately. What have you to offer him in that Northland life? Grub when I've got it, and that's most of the time, came the answer. And the rest of time, no grub. And the work, yes, plenty of work, Miller blurted out impatiently. Work without end. And famine and frost and all the rest of the miseries. That's what he'll get when he comes with me. But he likes it. He is used to do it. He knows that life. He was born to it and brought up to it, and you don't know anything about it. You don't know what you are talking about. That's where the dog belongs, and that's where he'll be happiest. The dog doesn't go, Walt announced in a determined voice. So there is no need of further discussion. What's that? Skiff Miller demanded, his brows lowering and an obstinate flash of blood reddening his forehead. I said the dog doesn't go, and that settles it. I don't believe he's your dog. You may have seen him sometime, you may even sometime have driven him for his own, but his obeying the ordinary driving commands of the Alaskan Trail is no demonstration that he is yours. Any dog in Alaska would obey you as he obeyed. Besides, he is undoubtedly a valuable dog, as dogs go in Alaska. And that is sufficient explanation of your desire to get possession of him. Anyway, you've got to prove property. Skip Miller, cool and collected, the obstinate flush a trifle deeper on his forehead, his huge muscles bulging under the black cloth of his coat, carefully looked the poet up and down as through measuring the strength of his slenderness. The conduct's face took on a contemptuous expression as he said finally, I reckon there's nothing inside to prevent me taking the dog right here and now.